Hello, so I'm going to talk to you today about my new book, Shoes for Anthony. It's a World War II thriller, which is a little bit of a departure for me, but I wanted to have a go at writing a story that hopefully sort of feels like a page turner and is at the heart of it a rollicking good adventure. So it's set in a small mining village called Treherbert, 4 weeks before the D-Day landings. And much of it is based on my father's own childhood. His father, my grandfather, was a miner, and his elder brothers were miners. And what I wanted to explore was what that did to the men who were forced to stay behind during the war years. My uncle was a Bevan boy, and if you don't know what a Bevan boy was, they were young men who were eligible to enlist but were not allowed to do so because they had to go down the pit because obviously hewing coal during the war was very much part of the war effort and was seen as an essential job. So I wondered about what that would do to, in effect, an entire generation of young men at a time when it was expected that you would enlist and be in the armed forces and would go and fight for your country. And I sort of wanted to explore the resentment of that and the emasculation of that, and that there was a real sense that, especially in certain communities, that the war was entirely passing them by. And then I read by chance that the American forces were sent to the Rhondda Valley a couple of months before the D-Day landings to train. And so it was sort of like a coming together of two ideas at that point. And I thought, well, okay, what would happen if I had a small young boy who lives amongst miners and who really feels that the war is passing him by. Like my own father, he used to go and sit high up on their mountain and watch the mosquitoes flying out from RAF St Athan, and he would occasionally also see bombing raids on Swansea and Cardiff in the distance. And you can imagine that a 10-year-old boy and all the excitement that war means in their heads when they're not experiencing it, what would happen to him if the war really did come into his own domestic surroundings. And so that's really what this book it's about. It's a be careful what you wish for story. It deals with poverty, it deals with hardship, but running through it there is this thriller element that I'm not going to spoil a single thing for you and tell you anything about what the actual plot of this book is, because trust me, I've thought about how I could do that without giving away any spoilers, and I can't, and I really can't. So I really hope you enjoy this book. I hope it's the page turner that I wanted it to be, and I'm sure that you'll be rooting for little Anthony from start to finish.